Hello guys and welcome to Painting Panzers. My name's Christian and today we've got a video voted in by the Patreons and YouTube channel members. Hey guys, thanks so much for voting this one in. This is the American War of Independence Continental Militia. So I'm going to be painting up in a pretty boring pattern, to be completely honest. There's not really too much in this. I will be doing more of these videos, I think, but if you want to see more of the variety of continental sort of uniforms that are out there, drop me a line below in the comment section, like the video, share, all of that good stuff, and I'll definitely get to doing some more. But for today, I'm going to do a basic sort of Patriot themed miniature, the movie of course. So yeah, let me know if you enjoy this video. I hope it's going to be something that you'll find enjoyable. If you've come here for a history lesson, turn away. I'm awful at the history side of things, but I do like to paint. So if you're here to paint, stick around. But enough of me waffling on, let's get into it. Now, this particular set from Revell is a repurposed accurate set. So as you can see, the accurate set comes with loads and loads of variety. So yeah, I do love a lot of variety in my figures, and this is what you get in the Revell box. So to start off with, I give my model a prime of, to me, surface primer light grey, and then I'm going to be painting his jacket in German camo medium brown. Now, as I sort of alluded to at the start, American militia were made up of different types of men and non-military sort of style people, so they had a variety of different uniforms. So do have a bit of fun when you are painting these and paint the jackets and stuff in different colours. So for his leggings, I'm going to be painting them in old wood. Again, these came in a variety of different colours. Came in white, came in other different shades of this sort of tan colour. So yeah, have a bit of fun guys, mix it up, especially if you're painting lots of militia. Then flat earth is what I'm going to be using for the wooden areas of his musket, and obviously any other wooden areas that might be on this model. Now, if you've come here for a history lesson, please do bear with me. I'm really not a historian. I don't really do too much research when I paint these models. Now for his gaiters, I'm going to be painting those in deck tan because they came in a white colour. So they go all the way down to almost like the sole of the boot, I believe. So yeah, you're painting pretty much all of this area in deck tan. I'm also going to be painting his webbing in deck tan. I call it webbing, it's not really too much there, but yeah, these straps are going across. He's got a little bag as well as a canteen. Then I'm going to be painting any metal areas, so in this case the bits of the musket, in black grey, and yeah, just make sure you obviously paint the musket accurately in terms of getting those metal parts, because this particular model was pretty hard to see some of the metal parts. Now I'm going to paint his tricorn, which is that black hat that you can see on the top, in black. You guessed it. So yes, painting that hat, that triangle hat on the top there, otherwise known as a tricorn. And then I'm going to be painting his hair in German camo black brown. With all of that done and dry, I'm then going to give the model a coat of Null Oil and Lafmir Medium from Warhammer at a 1:1 ratio. So this is a black wash thinned down with the Warhammer thinners, which is that Lafmir Medium, to give you a nice consistency. So the wash isn't too dark and it's not going to make the model look super black. And once that's dry, it takes a couple of hours, I go ahead and give the uniform a go of German camo medium brown and German camo beige World War II at a 1:1 ratio. And what I mean by uniform, of course, is the jacket. So I'm giving this jacket a good coat of that. And you can see here that I'm just picking out all those details, all the creases and stuff. I'm leaving the original base colour that's been washed in the actual crease, and then I'm picking out those raised areas to highlight those creases, so you can see that there's folds in that actual sleeve of the jacket. And once that's done, I'm then going to paint his leggings in old wood and Iraqi sand. Again, doing the exact same thing. These toy soldiers have lots and lots of like grooves and stuff, so painting them actually is really easy because you just leave that original washed base color in the recess and everything else just pops super nicely. Then for those white areas, you're going to paint white grey. I don't just go with straight like flat white or foundation white. I go with white grey because you don't want to be stupidly white, because obviously there's going to be very little on a soldier's uniform that is going to be stupidly white unless they're fresh out of the recruitment depot. So then we're also going with the leggings in this. You don't have to go too crazy here because you're going to end up giving them a dry brush of an earthy colour anyway. So yeah, just go as hard as you want to. Then for the wooden areas, go with flat earth and orange brown at a 1:1 ratio. Again, if you're familiar with the channel, you know the recipe for pretty much all of this remains the same. So a lot of these videos is just me repeating myself, but hopefully you can see that you actually don't need too many paints in your inventory to paint all these different types of models. Also orange brown is what I'm going to be using again for the wood. So I'm doing the exact same technique as what I was doing with the previous step, where I'm just scratching it in and I'm letting the brush do the work, just little bits on the end of the brush to simulate those sort of wood grains if you can. Then for that tricorn, his hat, I'm going to use black and black grey at a 1:1 ratio, just to try and make some of those details pop and just show that there's a few little grooves and such on there that need to stand out just a little bit more. Now for the metal areas, I'm going to go black grey and basalt grey at a 2:1 ratio. Now if you're familiar with the channel, you know that the recipe is pretty much the same, but it has changed ever so slightly. So now I'll go with a 2:1 ratio. I used to go for a 1:1, but I just try and lighten the black grey a little bit with the basalt grey to start off with, and then I go with a 1:1 ratio and do a bit of a lighter coat of this mixture, which is going to act as my highlight. So now I'm picking out all those raised areas on this particular model, all the little bits of detail on his musket and on the top of the barrel there. I like this because it's a subtle metal colour and it's not too shiny or like silvery, which is what I like. Now for the flesh areas, I'm going to be using AK Interactive Light Flesh. It's my go-to, absolutely love it. Obviously if you're familiar with the channel, you know that's definitely my go-to. Absolutely love the AK Flesh range. Actually, I pretty much love all AK paints. I feel like I'm slowly going to transition towards AK at some point, but we'll see. Now Flesh Wash is what I'm going to use for washing the flesh, as the name would suggest. It's like a pinkish reddish sort of wash. Oh god, that was a bit of a tongue twister. And I'm just using a very old battered pointy brush just to get into all those recesses and give that area a nice wash. And then for his hair, I'm just going to go over it with chocolate brown. There's not really too much you can do here. Just pick out some of the strands and stuff and just make it stand out a little bit more. And I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say I didn't watch The Patriot to give me inspiration for this guy. So light flesh again from AK Interactive. Now I'm just painting the top of the eyebrow area there, the nose, each cheek, the chin, and I'm connecting the cheek and the chins together. I'm also painting the neck, but I'm leaving the neck and the head separate, so you can see there's a nice little line there where the cheek line goes, and then I'm painting the hand, all of the hand pretty much, and the fingers, but leaving some of that original wash base colour in between the fingers. And then I'm using light flesh and highlight flesh at a 1:1 ratio. I'm repeating the process, so I'm painting a little line on the brow section, a little line underneath the eye and on the cheek and between the nose, but don't connect the cheeks and the chin, a little line on the neck there. And yeah, you can see I've got very little on the tip of my brush and just sort of scratching it in. Give each finger a go, a little bit where the knuckles would be and a little bit on the thumb, and you're winning. And then you should have something that looks like this. I think it's come out pretty nicely, to be fair. So yeah, a very quick and basic tutorial. The reason I decided not to do different uniforms in this particular one, or different types of this, is because I want to make like a part 2 or 3. So let me know in the comment section if that's something you would like to see, or do you think I'm just being lazy. I try and keep the videos below 10 minutes if I can, 15 minutes at a push, so I don't want to go too far if I can help it. I don't want to keep you guys watching for the sake of watching. Now, a huge thank you goes out to my YouTube channel members and Patreons for watching and supporting the channel. A special mention, as always, goes to Patrick, Oscar, James, Panzer Jim, Lack of Foresight Gaming, Mike, Mikey, Eric, Rothgar, Ian, Adam, Rob and Alan. You guys are champions, and if any of you watching now would like to join them or any of the other members, you can do so by joining my Patreon program or YouTube, and you can join for as little as $1 a month, but obviously the difference is give you access to different perks. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it here. Don't forget to drop me a comment below, and until then, I will catch you at the next one.